In this video, you will learn everything you need to know to play a mixed-up song from Piano Adventures Level 1. Today we are in Piano Adventures Level 1 lesson book, and we are looking at a mixed up song. Before we begin, I'd like to talk a little bit about what is at the top of the page. At the top of the page is introducing you to the concept of a fourth. We have already learned about seconds. A second are two notes that are right next to each other, like C and D. Number 1, number 2. We have also called second steps before. And we've also learned about thirds. Thirds are intervals that skip over a key. So from C to E is a third. From D to F is a third. 1, 2, 3 keys. A fourth takes it one step further. So when we have a fourth, we are skipping 2 keys in the middle. We're skipping over 2 keys there. We're going from C to F, and you can see we can number them 1, 2, 3, 4, which is why they are called a fourth. A fourth spans 4 letter names. C is number 1, D is number 2, E is number 3, F is number 4. On the staff, this is how it looks. It moves from a line to a space, or a space to a line. Now you might remember that a second also moves from a line to a space or a space to a line. The difference is that a fourth looks like there is more space between the notes, whereas with a second, they're right next to each other. That's a fourth. Now let's get to learn a mixed up song. A mixed up song can be learned in sections. So before we begin, let's look at what we need to know in order to play the entire song. First of all, our time signature is right here. We have 4/4 time. Do you remember what the bottom number means? If you said the bottom number tells us that a quarter note gets 1 beat, you're correct. And the top number means that there is 4 beats in a measure. Now, this says we're supposed to play it fast and snappy. We're also going to take a look at our dynamics before we start. Dynamics are the louds and quiets. We are going to start out mezzo forte in the first line. Then we will get forte. Over to the second page, this will stay forte. This will be mezzo forte, forte, stay forte, mezzo forte at the beginning here, and we will end with forte there as well. Now there's another little thing we need to talk about, a new sign. It's this right here. This is called a fermata. It always looks a little bit like an I to me. What a fermata means is that you get to hold the note as long as you artistically want to. Now we don't hold it for an unreasonably long amount of time because that would just feel not artistically correct, but you can draw the note out. There's a fermata underneath this smiley face sticker right here, and then there's a second fermata right down here. So I mentioned that this song has sections, and that's how we're going to approach it. The first section we're going to work on is the first line, this line here that goes from measure 13 to measure 16, and the last line of the song. All of these lines are similar. So if we look right here, that note, as you can see, as I've already written, is F. And your second finger from your left hand is going to be on F, which means that your left hand will be in C position. Your right hand will also be in C position with a thumb on C and a 4 on F. So this is middle C right here. That's where my right hand thumb is going to go. And my 4th finger will go on F, and that right there, that's my 4th. And my left hand 2 finger will go on F. Now the way that this starts is with staccatos. We go F, F, and then F and C together. So it's 2 bounces for each, and then we go long, long, and then we repeat it. Short, 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 long, long. So the left hand's always playing F, the right hand's always playing C and F in these lines. Let's try that first line together. 1, 2, start with staccato, go. F, F, C and F, C and F, ta, ah, back to staccato. Right hand, ta, ta, ah. That's the first line. If you want to, you can pause and practice it more. Next, we're going to move to this intermediate line right here. It's very similar. So actually, it's exactly the same thing. We can go ahead and play it starting at measure 13. 1, 2, ready, go. We have left, left, right, right, ta, ta, left, left, right, right, ta, ta, ah. And then we'll take a look at the last line, which is slightly different. It starts out the same with the left, left, right, right. These are staccato, so they will be short, long, long. And then we play them all together. And the rhythm for this is ta, 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 ah, ah. And you'll notice that these are staccato right here. So let's try that last line. 1, 2, ready, go. Left, left, right, right, long, long, together, ta, 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 ah, ah. Let's take a look at the next section of the song. The next section of the song is the second line and the third line. This is where we have a right hand verse going. We're going to start on C and then we're going to go up a fourth because we're working on the fourths here. So C's, F's, step down, skip down. Then we'll skip up and go step down, step up, skip down. And then for the next line, we'll go from C's to F and then down to E, down to D, up to G. And this last part will be in unison. So I'm going to start by playing the first line. My right hand is still going to be on middle C. My left hand will be 1 octave below. This is going to focus on the right hand, starting with 2 C's, up to F, F, step down. This is legato, skip down. Then we go back to not legato. This is legato, not legato. This is legato. And here's your fermata. So you can hold that a little extra long if you want. And then we're going to do both threes. Step down, step up, 2, 3, rest. So let's take a look at those two lines again. 1, 2, ready, forte, C, C, F, F, E, C, E, E, D, E, legato, F, C, 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 F, E, here comes that legato, D, G, fermata, both threes, step down, step up, 2, 3, rest. Now, the next section and final section that we're going to look at is lines 5 and 6, which are the left hand doing the verse, pretty much the same verse that the right hand did. So it will sound familiar to you. So it's the left hand's turn now. We're going to start down here on C, go up to F, step down, skip down, and those are legato. These are not legato. Start on C again. Fourth, step down, fourth. And there's a fermata here, so you can hold it a little longer if you want. Together, down, up, 2, 3, rest. You can go ahead and rewind and repeat any part of the song that you would like to. I would like to attempt to put the whole thing together now. What we're going to do is pause before each new section. So we're going to start at the very beginning, which will start with the left and then the right. 1, 2, ready, begin. Ta, ta, staccato. Ta, ta, Now we're going into the right hand verse. Legato here. This should all be forte. Legato here. Legato again, and here's that fermata. Unison. 1, 2, 3, rest. Now we're going to go back to that first section. Staccato. Ta, ta. Next it will be left hand turn. Legato here. Legato here. Legato again and fermata. Unison. 2, 3, rest. Now we're going to end it with the variation of the first section. Here we go. Ta, together. Ta, staccato, staccato, long. Now you know everything you need to know to play a mixed up song. So let's talk about our practice plan. You're going to spend 5 minutes a day practicing this song. First, I want you to practice it in the 3 individual sections that we learned. Then practice it in 2 halves. Play up through the right hand section and stop, and then play the rest of the song. After that, you can practice the entire piece. As you're going, your mastery checkpoints are to watch for these things. Did you play the correct notes? Did you play the correct rhythms? Did you play the correct phrasing, which is legatos and staccatos? Are your dynamics correct? And is your tempo fast and snappy? I hope you have a great time practicing this song.